IVM.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy, actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today's fun fact of the day has to do with mobile phones. Did you know that the world's first words spoken on a mobile phone were, "Do you know where I am calling you from?" And there's a very funny story behind that statement, "Do you know where I'm calling you from?" To take it back a little, the world's first words spoken over a normal telephone were by Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, who called his lab assistant and said, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." And this was way back in 1876. It was the first time voice traveled across a cable and was received at the other end. In 1973, less than a century later, the world's first mobile phone call was made. Martin Cooper, an engineer at Motorola, made this first call while standing on the streets of New York. The person he was calling was his biggest rival at AT&T, who was also in a race to invent the mobile phone, and his name was Joel Ingle. This is when he said, "Do you know where I'm calling you from?" just to rub it in. After which, he did a press conference on this mobile phone. The mobile phone has come such a long way since 1973. We use it for so many things in our life. Heck, for many of us, it has become our life. Especially during this pandemic, we're all sitting at home and the mobile phone has become a gateway into the world. Yet the thing we use it for and the way we use it betrays us the most right in the morning. Within the first few seconds of us waking up in the morning, we use our phone. In a study, 60% of people will use their mobile phone as an alarm clock in the morning. It is used to wake us up. I use it as well. After which, one of two things happen. And check if this happens with you. We switch off our alarm and we go back to sleep. That was one. Or we unplug the phone and start going through WhatsApp and Instagram or YouTube. Does that sound like something you do? I know that was something that I used to do all the time. A listener of the podcast once told me that I wake up at 7 a.m. and get out of bed at 9 a.m. So it didn't compute for a while what he was trying to say. But what I realized was, what they were saying was, from 7 to 9, they were watching videos on YouTube or reading the news or replying to messages on their phone. They just didn't get out of bed for 2 hours. Now we all know that this is an extreme case, but we do a similar, smaller version of this all the time. It's one of these habits that you do not plan on doing, but it sneaks into your life. And this is because it is so easy to just reach over and switch off the alarm, turn over and continue to sleep. It is also so easy for us to just get lost in all those addictive apps and information that the phone so graciously stores for us. And I've done lots of podcasts on why some of these phones and apps are so detrimental for us. Emails are normally filled with people wanting things from us or wanting us to do things. News is normally filled with bad news or scary things. And Instagram gives us FOMO. WhatsApp or chats suck us up and use up so much of our time. A simple way of breaking this whole cycle of waking up with the phone and diving straight into the apps is to change the place where you charge your phone. And this will also help with not getting back to sleep. It is so simple. And I suggest charging the phone somewhere near your bathroom, just outside your bathroom door, or if there's a plug there, just plug it in. As soon as your alarm goes off, what I want you to do is I want you to get out of bed, because you're going to be forced to get out of bed. Go to your phone and switch it off. As soon as you switch off your alarm, go into the bathroom and splash water on your face, and then go to the loo. See, the reason for this whole scheme is that you can't take your phone in with you while splashing water on your face. You will have to put your phone down. So leave the phone outside your bathroom when you go in, wash your face and go to the loo. This small break from that normal routine is enough for you to decide if you should check the phone immediately or wait for some time. So, your super simple habit for waking up and not being sucked into your phone or going back to sleep starts by changing the position of your phone charger. Take the plug out right now and move it somewhere away from the bed and closer to your bathroom. Then, once you turn off the alarm, go straight into the bathroom, splash water on your face, and this will wake you up and prevent you from going back to sleep. Slowly, reach a stage where you don't require an alarm clock anymore, and more podcasts on that coming soon. So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome180.
I hope you enjoyed that show. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I also just want to ask everybody if they could go to the website, ivmpodcast.com/survey, and fill out a quick survey for us. It would be much appreciated. What a week we had this week. We had so much crossover, so many great guests. I don't even know where to start. Okay, yeah, I do know where to start. Let's start with Uncle Please Sit. Uncle Please Sit, Joel and Tushar had Hamsini Hariharan. Hamsini hosts a show called States of Anarchy with their network. She is a China expert, and they discuss the India-China relationship. Really fascinating conversation. Cyrus had 2 conversations this week instead of our normal Thursday Cock and Bull. Great conversations, both of them. We'll be back with our regular Cock and Bull next week. But this week, you could definitely check out the conversation he had with Varun Grover. Really fascinating stuff. And Nikhil Taneja, who was the founder of Yuva and the creative director for the India Film Project Festival, which is going on this weekend. He was on the show as well. Cyrus was also on Advertising is Dead this weekend with Varun Dugirala. Cyrus and Varun discussed Cyrus's intent on randomness. Ranveer Brar guested on Gauri Devi Dayal show. This rounds on me. Another amazing conversation over there. Priyanka Khimani, one of the best IP lawyers in this country, was on Storytellers and Storysellers for a fascinating conversation. Definitely do check that out. And finally, I wanted to congratulate Zarina Poonawala for her 100th episode. She had Ashish Vidyarthi as a guest on that. If you have not been listening to the Empowering series, please do. It's one of the great shows out there. And with that, I hope to see you again next week.
Have you ever wondered how successful people do their thing? How do they navigate the challenges they often face? Are you wondering about the future of restaurants, film, education, technology, and everything else in between? Hi, I'm Gauri Devi Dayal, best known for being one of the brains behind The Table, an award-winning restaurant in Bombay. One thing my life as a restaurateur has given me is the opportunity to meet with some truly inspiring people, most often just by chatting with strangers at the community table. And that's what this podcast is about. It's about learning the new dimensions of business and understanding how different people swim this sea. It's an opportunity for me to pick their brains and ask them all the questions on my mind, whether it's about learning from their past experiences or talking about future trends. Through their journeys, stories, and insights, I hope you too, like me, will come away inspired and energized. So come, join me every Wednesday with your favorite drink, because this round is on me.